Live from the Channels Television Global Headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria, you're watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu. Today, our focus will be on the southeastern region. But before we get into that, let's have a snippet of our top story making the rounds at the moment. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has declared businesswoman and managing director and CEO of Felak Concept Group, Aisha Achimogu, wanted. In a post on its social media pages on Friday, the commission said Mrs. Achimogu is wanted for alleged criminal conspiracy and money laundering. Given further information on the 51-year-old businesswoman, the post, signed by EFCC's head of media and publicity, says she is an indigent of Ofu local government area of Kogi State and her last known address was 6C Rodolph Close, Maitama, Abuja. The agency calls on anybody with useful information of her whereabouts to contact the commission at any of its offices: Ibadan, Uyo, Sokoto, Maiduguri, Benin, Makurdi, Kaduna, Ilorin, Enugu, Lagos, Gombe, Port Harcourt, or Abuja. We begin in the eastern heartland of Imo State, as the governor has charged the governing board of the state-owned tertiary institution, Imo State University, to tackle the endemic challenges of corruption and moral decadence that is currently facing the institution. The governor spoke when he received the members of the governing board of the Imo State University, IMSU, at the government house, Owerri. According to the governor, the management of the school are more concerned about the subvention from the state government rather than looking inwards to tackle its numerous challenges, which, when solved, will place the school as one of the best in the country. He urges the board to go back to the drawing board and come up with a work plan that will be supported by the state government to ensure that the school brings back its lost glory.
When I came here, I knew how much people were getting as intervention. Since I came here, we've not done below 41 million on a monthly basis, whether you are in session or not. Even the TSA that we put there, what are we collecting? The bursary department are forging certificates, receipts. The money does not come to our account. And every audit and audit, I have had personal meetings with the VC. If you look at the caliber of people I did in the first council, I did it because I knew the mess there they are going to work. Unfortunately, these were great men that didn't have enough time. I was left with only Lewis time, with interventions and support. That is why he was the only person I brought back, because I saw the passion in him. So I'm interested in results. I'm a very practical person. And whatever you say, no matter the rhetoric, no matter the literature, no matter what you say as a basic, I'm interested in results.
Still talking about the education sector, the Abia State Governor, Dr. Alex Oti, has expressed disappointment over the dilapidated structures as well as the poor sanitary and learning conditions at the Abia State University, Uburu. Addressing the mammoth students on the campus during an unscheduled visit to ABSU, the state-owned citadel of higher learning, Dr. Alex Oti gave the Vice-Chancellor a marching order to build a functional cafeteria for the students, apologizing to the students for the unfortunate state of facilities.
Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti leads top government officials to the State University in Uburu for an on-the-spot assessment of facilities. He is received by the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ndukwe Okudo, who takes over the tour of the facilities such as the ABSU Staff School, Old Hostel A, B, and C, and Old Law Faculty, among others. Shocked and utterly disappointed by the deplorable condition, Governor Oti orders the immediate demolition of the University Staff Primary School and construction of a new one. Visibly humbled by the situation, Governor Oti apologizes to the students for the horrible state of facilities in the school, promising to provide a temporary facility while a new building is erected.
We are just coming from the Faculty of Law, and the building is dilapidated. We'll pull it down and build a new one. We also build one for agriculture so that all of you will be here. So VC, I can assure you that we'll provide enough funding for you to do some of these things. Already designs have been completed for the faculties, and then the design for the 5,000 capacity hostel has also been completed. Work will start in the next 1 week. So shouldn't be discussing them. So if you build a habitable hostel, there must be light, there must be water. So you can take it from us that we will fix all these and ensure that you are in an environment that will encourage learning.
Meanwhile, the university students are also appealing for urgent intervention from the governor to improve the sanitary conditions in the institution and other learning challenges.
On my 100 level, it has been the same. Like, there have been promises that this place will be renovated, like to take a new shape, but I haven't seen anyone yet. Like, we've been suffering here. Like, there's no water, there's no light, so many things which should be provided for us by the school, but we don't have it. We even stay days without light in this school.
Residents and students of Abia State University community commend the prompt action by the governor as they look forward to a brand new school facility and other renovation works across the institution.
Staying in Abia State, the Dr. Alex Oti-led administration through the Ministry of Lands and Housing says it has commenced the enforcement of land title recertification and ground rent payments across the state, warning the failure to comply with the directive within 14 days would result in legal consequences. Speaking to journalists at the Abia State Secretariat, Umahia, the Commissioner for Lands and Housing, Honorable Chaka Ike Nachukwumerije, said the order follows an earlier announcement in May and July 2024, mandating all landowners to submit their title documents for recertification, while admonishing property owners to make good use of the 14-day window to provide the proof of submission of their title documents for recertification, evidence of up-to-date payment of ground rent and other statutory fees, fencing permits, and approved building plan. Chukwumerije said that the Dr. Alex Oti-led administration had continued to extend the deadline since May 2024.
Following the expiration of a grace period, any title documents not submitted for recertification shall no longer be accepted within the ministry or our agencies, and this includes the planning authorities, until submitted for recertification. The ministry is now verifying documents that have been submitted and has activated the invalidation of titles for transactions until they are recertified. Additionally, allocations within government layouts shall be withdrawn for default in the terms and conditions of the offers, which includes non-development. Public pronouncements and also his manifesto promise to Abians, between now and the end of the year, Abia State will be moving forward on new estates coming on stream and also opening up of new layouts.
A fire outbreak has destroyed goods on Ifejika Street by Sokoto Road, Onitsha, Anambra State. Eyewitnesses say that traders watched their goods go up in flames as Anambra State firefighters and sister emergency agencies made efforts to contain the situation. They also say that residential buildings and warehouses around the Onitsha main market and its environs were affected by the fire. According to the fire service, a distress call was received at around 6:20 a.m., prompting the immediate deployment of firemen to the scene. The cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained. Over in Anambra State, the traditional ruler of Ihiala, Igwe Thomas Obidigwe, alongside his cabinet chiefs and several critical stakeholders from the community, have debunked the alleged association with non-state actors that allegedly led to the death of a young man from the community. The traditional ruler dismisses several allegations by both the President General of Ihiala, Mr. Okechukwu Ohagba, and one of the youth leaders, Chibuzo Udekigbo, as baseless, noting that the President General is trying to play down on the petitions, demanding him to account for the community security funds he mismanaged.
A few weeks ago, the President General of Ihiala community, Mr. Okechukwu Ohagba, led a protest to the government house in Awka, the state capital, to complain about an attempted hijack of his office, as well as activities of some state government appointees to destabilize the community, which allegedly led to the death of a young man. It's an issue that has refused to die down, as relevant stakeholders gather in a strategic meeting in Awka to debunk the reports.
They were saying that a meeting convened by the Igwe and the house member and other stakeholders sent some people to Osu to meet with non-state actors. And in 2025, when Mr. Governor has driven away the non-state actors out of Anambra State and restored security to Anambra State, some enemies of the government have gone to tell the people that a meeting was held in the office of a government appointee and sent people to non-government actors. That is fallacious. That was accompanied to the truth.
And speaking through his secretary, the traditional ruler of Ihiala also makes some clarifications on some of the issues.
The meeting resolved as follows. One, that every rate agent ward should hold an identification exercise in his ward within 1 week from that meeting. Every rate agent ward to form a village security body to protect the village.
Meanwhile, the legislator representing Ihiala 2 constituency refutes any liaison with non-state actors.
The meeting we held on the 15th day of October, being a Sunday 2023, was very, very successful. And the aim of that meeting is purely to secure our various communities. Nobody will hear the extent of the killing, what was going on, and fold his hands. We did all we could to ensure that we have security in our community.
Accusations of embezzlement and fund misappropriation against the President General is one of the major issues.
The Ihiala sons and daughters contributed a woven sum of over 100 million naira to tackle insecurity in Ihiala town. Till date, nothing was done. The over 100 million naira was expanded solely by the President General without any input and approval by other executives. He wrote a petition to the state government, who is currently investigating the misappropriation.
In the meantime, the state government says it's already on the case, but cautions that the laws of the community and the state will be followed strictly.
There is a petition against the BG, and I called them together. Look at this petition. What happened? After his explanation, we now gave him the letter to go and respond in writing. When people come to you to say, look, this person has committed this crime, remove him, let him go. This person was elected by the people of Ihiala. If you want to remove anybody from office, there is a due process. Mr. Governor, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, has set the standard. Let the community choose their leader. If you don't want that leader again, there is a process by which you can remove the leader from office.
Despite the hue and cry over the community administrative crisis, the traditional ruler and his people say they appreciate Governor Chukwuma Soludo for restoring security in their community and pledge their continued loyalty to his administration.
Let's turn our attention to politics. Two elections are in view in Anambra State, the senatorial election to fill Anambra South's seat and the governorship election. In the light of this, the coalition of Anambra South Progressives, which comprises APC, PDP, ABGA, and LP, are looking to fill the gap created by the death of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah. The group is working to replace him with another candidate from Nnewi North. In the meantime, Governor Chukwuma Soludo is still getting encomiums over the massive development that has taken place in the state since he assumed office, a feat that many believe will give him an edge during the governorship elections. The latest commendation is coming from the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, who urges him to keep up with the good work.
Members of the coalition of Anambra South Progressives gather in Awka, the state capital, to deliberate on the unoccupied seat of the Anambra South senatorial zone in the Red Chamber following the death of Ifeanyi Ubah in July 2024, a situation they seem really unhappy about. They are concerned that the zone is suffering and its entitlements are not coming in as at when due, and so they are calling on INEC to urgently fix a date for a supplementary election, and are also appealing to political parties to field only candidates from Nnewi North local government area in the spirit of equity and fairness, and to make up for the loss of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah.
We call on INEC to set the stage by fixing a date for the immediate conduct of a credible by-election to fill the void. Our constitution does not envisage a situation whereby a constituency is left without representation. It has been more than 7 months since the death of our dear Senator Ifeanyi Ubah, and in all this time, Anambra South has been denied the right to have a say in various governance issues affecting the Federation.
Elsewhere, the Minister of Works, Mr. Dave Umahi, has been extolling the leadership of Professor Chukwuma Soludo in the last 3 years. He made the comments during a tour of the Fun City project site, a world-class leisure park being developed by the state government, as well as the new government house. Mr. Umahi, the latest visitor to tour various projects in Anambra State, believes Governor Soludo has no strong opposition for the next election.
I continue to commend you, sir, your relationship with Mr. President. Not because in office, because you have had that relationship. You have reached out. And so I commend you very highly. And that's what our Igbos, brothers and sisters, will need to do. Because when, people were talking, 8 years came and passed. We didn't get anything. Yeah. Is anybody giving us any change for the ones we didn't get? Yeah. So we need to support this one that is our own. Yeah. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is occupying the position of Southwest, Southeast, and South-South. Yeah. That's the president, our own share of the rotational presidency. So we need to support him. We need to pray for him.
Anambra State has been receiving a lot of attention in recent times due to the upcoming election, while the state government is confident that its development efforts will help Governor Soludo secure a second term. Other parties are ramping up efforts to challenge the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA.
Medical and other activities were disrupted at the Dave Umahi Federal University Teaching Hospital, Uburu, in Ohazara local government area of Ebonyi State for 2 days, following protests by the host community and counter-protests by the hospital management. The protest targeted at the management of the institution reportedly involves locals of the host community, Uburu, led by the traditional rulers. Their grievance is against the Chief Medical Director, Professor Uzoma Agu, whom they accuse of gross mismanagement, abuse of office, and disregard for the host community. Back to Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodinma has presented staff of office to 66 traditional rulers from different autonomous communities. During the presentation at the government house in Owerri, the Imo State capital, the governor charged the traditional rulers to conduct their affairs in honesty and justice and ensure that they bring lasting peace to the community, thereby supporting the government in tackling all foes of insecurity in their various communities.
Every community must have a traditional ruler. And the traditional ruler has a responsibility to serve the people, to look after the people, to treat the people in a manner that will give God satisfaction. That you are a traditional ruler does not make those you are ruling slaves. I'm happy that most of you that received the staff of office this evening are practicing Christians. Because any nation or community that is not built on honesty and justice will definitely have problems. So if your community will have peace, it depends on the ability of the traditional ruler to bring peace.
Meanwhile, some of the traditional rulers thanked the governor for his gesture as they promised to impact their communities and ensure that there is peace and harmony.
I want to commend him for the good work he has been doing in Imo State, and also for the special attention that he have put on the traditional rulership of the state. As traditional rulers, we will help in tackling the insecurity of the state in our various communities. So a community without traditional ruler is like a ship without a captain. Now that we have been given the staff, we will see to our responsibility and ensure that our community are peaceful.
I have to get home and consult with my people, the town union executives, the council of chiefs, and so on. We shall do everything that the government expects of us.
Going back to our earlier story, medical and other activities were disrupted at the David Umahi Federal University Teaching Hospital Uburu in Ohazara local government area of Ebonyi State for 2 days following protests by the host community and counter-protests by the hospital management. The protest targeted at the management of the institution reportedly involves locals of the host community Uburu led by their traditional rulers. Their grievance is against the Chief Medical Director, Professor Uzoma Agu, whom they accuse of gross mismanagement, abuse of office and disregard for the host community.
I want us to know that, yes, this is a federal institution, but it is sitting on a community. No one is witch hunting anyone. If you don't know what is going on, the best thing to do is to ask. If you have a union, you send your union members to discuss with the community. It will be deadly for you to move out from here to protest. I repeat, it will be deadly. It means you're standing on the way of the community. The community is not asking for any other thing other than that the school, the health institutions should be managed well. If it's managed well, all of us will benefit from it. It is not about employment, it's not about contract, so we should ask questions. Please, our advice, let whatever you are doing end here. At the end of the day, we will bring 2 sheets, the one from you and the one from the community. Okay? We cannot ask for what is not good for this institution.
However, these allegations have been refuted by the Staff Welfare Association of Dufuth, describing the call for her removal as baseless and ill-informed. In a solidarity match, the staff of the hospital passed a vote of confidence on the CMD, saying there's no evidence to support the community's allegations.
We frown at the allegations of criminal repurposing of facilities and the ridiculous claims of removal of beds, foams, medications, and generators from the teaching hospital, as well as of corruption and abuse of office leveled against the CMD. There is no evidence to support this claim, either in picture, print, or video, and we challenge the accusers to prove us wrong with counter evidence. We wish to tell the world that since the inception of Dufuth, the hospital has been guided by regulations, conventions, extant rules, and approved laws guiding the conduct of federal teaching hospitals under the tutelage of our parent ministry, the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, and the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation, while also constantly demonstrating readiness for clinical trainings of Dufuth students with various batches of 300 level students already undergoing or completed training.
And that's where we draw the curtain on this edition of Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu.